Good morning. Hi.
Good morning,
Hi,
Jean.
Jean.
Good morning. How are we doing?
All right, thank you. Yes, one day at a time. I'm doing very well.
You're looking very well. You're looking glowing. In fact.
Indeed.
This hour of the morning, you're doing that.
Morning, Shelley.
I've been awake very early this morning.
All right.
Morning, Teresa.
Morning, Teresa.
Morning, Teresa.
Morning, everybody. Hi.
Morning. If I have to leave, it's just because my mum's upstairs and she's having a shower. So, excuse me. I'm not dressed. I've just got a cup of water here.
I'm only just dressed. Yes. This morning I was going to mention ginger packs.
Ginger
packs.
Oh yeah, okay.
Well, it might be okay. I've never heard of it.
Yeah.
Sorry. Just everybody in.
I'm just going to go and get a drink, Susie. I haven't brought a drink through.
Morning, Heidi.
Morning.
Morning, Heidi.
I might have to mute myself whilst I busy around and get Benjamin because he's still asleep. I need to get him ready for school.
Yes.
I'm up and at it, and I've been doing this thing with this guy called the Breath Pod on Instagram. This breathing thing, which is quite nice to start the morning with.
Good.
That sounds lovely.
And now I'm like, oh gosh, I need to get ready.
Yeah, catch my breath.
How long
So,
is it
yeah,
for, Heidi?
Yeah, really. So I'll drink my water and get Benjamin out of bed.
Oh.
But the millet is on.
How old is Benjamin?
6.
Oh, bless him. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put my millet on so I can have that for breakfast.
It'll cook while you're here. How is everyone this morning?
Fine.
Fine.
Any questions about?
Hi, Jean.
Morning, Jane. Are you home?
Yes,
Hiya.
yes, I'm in my pidgeys.
I'm in.
Oh, it's not
Just having a pint of
come in yet.
lukewarm water. I've just done my first coconut swill,
Oh, yeah.
but I struggled to. I was nearly throwing up, but I managed to keep it down. But actually, I can feel a difference. That's my first coconut swill, Susie.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You managed to keep it in your mouth, not keep it down, you mean?
No, but putting it in my mouth the first time, I thought,
It's not nice into the mouth, is it?
oh, and then it got better.
Do you not find
You get used to it, Jane.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yes. I've been doing it for quite a few years. It becomes a habit.
All right.
And my dentist says I could do with you teaching my patients how to keep their teeth clean.
Really? That's good. But I can definitely feel it different on the behind my teeth, so that's great. Cheers, girls.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bottoms up.
Right, Anne might not be able to get in. Her Wi-Fi is a bit erratic, and I was wondering if all of it would be this morning because it's really windy here.
Yeah, it's terrible.
The weather does interfere with the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
We've got a weather warning down here in East Anglia. Yeah, it's really rough.
So where are you, Jane?
I'm back at home in Norwich now.
Norwich, right. Morning, Jane.
Hi, Jane.
Hello. Jane number 2.
I'm having trouble getting them for some reason. I don't.
Oh, right. decided it's the wind, Jane.
Pardon?
Decided it's the wind.
Oh, so yeah, I just couldn't get in. It just kept telling me, can you please wait? Can you please wait? Maybe it's me that's impatient.
I think
I heard that as well.
might be able to be here is actually here. I was just going to mention ginger packs this morning because you know, so often we've got big focus on the liver and helping clean the liver up, but it's really nice, even if you only do it once during the detox period, and it doesn't have to be on the really busy juice days. Well, when I say really busy with juicing, actually, it would be really helpful because I know Jane and Jean and Bridget, you've all done last year's juice detox again. What was your experience of being at home doing all the juices for yourself? Do you mind sharing?
Right, well, I mean, I prefer to be away in the farmhouse, but because we couldn't, I enjoyed just doing that detox and feeling so much better afterwards. And it's nice. There's more of us, so it's nice to see everybody, you know, that are on the same road as I am. But yes, you know, it's well, something I enjoy doing because, you know, I know at the end of it, and my health is so much better after doing the detoxes and that, you know, to get my thyroid working again has been brilliant.
Well, I think on my side, the fact that there were, you know, you don't expect to be so much juicing.
Yes.
And last year I did it with the girls, and being bless them, I mean, they did their bit, but really it was me that was left up to doing 3 times this. But I think, you know, obviously trying to plan your techniques in between the times of juicing, it does take a little bit of organizing, which I've tried to figure out again for this year for myself. I'm only doing it once, so I'm sure I'll have more time.
Yes.
But yeah, I was thinking this year I was going to make the 2 soups today, so that I didn't actually have to prep, because I'm actually going to go away and do it at the caravan by myself. So I don't want to, you know, I thought, well, I won't have to cook. And I think that might leave me more time to actually just relax into it, you know, and even probably do the jack potatoes here, and then just somehow, because it's just making it as easy as possible, because I found that at the end of the day, sort of thinking, oh, I have to cook something was a bit, you know, it's just you know, something that I'm going to try this time anyway, just make the soups before.
Yes, I've made the soups up, Bridget, and I've frozen so that they're ready. Well, I've got some in a jam jar ready for today, to have some soup today, and some, but the rest are in the freezer. So that's one thing left, you know, one thing I don't have to do.
Are you doing your juice days now, Jean?
No.
All right, you just like, you just do it. Yeah.
Well, when I spoke to Susie, you know, it's so cold yesterday, I thought, oh, I'll have a drop of potassium soup.
Right.
Yeah. Yes.
How about yourself?
I think I would say, Susie, that it feels like you've got to put a lot into the day. You don't realise how much time you need to put into your day, and like Bridget's just said, how much organising you have to do in order to fit all the techniques in, fit all the juices in, and think about what you're doing next, and you know, and remember everything. So I mean, I would say that you need to be fairly organised in your own way, how you do things. I mean, I write things down so that I know what's for the next day. And like Bridget and Jean have just said, I've frozen some soup now. I got some soups ready yesterday, and I've frozen some soups now ready. I mean, of the two, going away and doing it at home, going away is just amazing. It's like you've got, well, I'll be perfectly honest, you've got Susie doing it for you all, haven't you? I mean, you just really looked after, and it feels so nourishing, and so it's just wonderful. I mean, I don't think I've ever been looked after like that before. So it was lovely. It was just so nice.
Yeah.
And I'd do it again, definitely. But if this is the only alternative at the moment, then it means I have to get organised, and I have to help. I have to get information from you lot as well to say, you know, I've done it this way, which might help you or whatever. So yeah, it's already starting to feel so much better anyway. I've been for quite a while, to be honest. So yeah.
We can bounce off of each other with different ideas. It's you know, what you know, Bridget and I and Jane have been doing it a bit longer, so we've got a bit more experience of, you know, what we found easier. I wondered, Susie, whether you had a suggested timetable, you know, breakfast 8 o'clock, blah blah blah, whether that would help people or whether it might confuse them.
That's a tricky one. I suppose that during the day, your juices will come in roughly every 3 to 4 hours, probably about every 3.5 hours. So if your smoothie comes straight after this, then that would be, I don't know, 8:30ish, 8:45, and then another juice around, first juice around midday-ish, second juice around 3, 3:30, and then the last juice hopefully by 7, with a bit of soup and a jacket potato. And I think one of the difficulties is that my personal style is not organised, in the sense of I'm not a planner. So
no.
Detox, when I was prepping for 4 people each time, I would jump right in and do each day from the ground running. And so the soup would be prepared that day, the jacket potatoes, you know, everything would go in on that day. And sometimes these guys know that my timings are a little bit fluid, but not everybody operates the same way. And some people like to be really organised. And
that's me, Susie.
Yes.
They used to call me in the last church, I was misorganiser.
And so what I really want to try and say is that these, you know, Jean, I know, is super organised. I think Bridget and Jane are far more organised than I am. And if there's any help, you know, from maybe this next day or so, preparing the potassium broth or the Hippocrates in advance for you and freezing it so that that's one less thing to do, then, you know, that's a great idea.
But it's also
Good idea.
The chai seeds and the cashews. You can soak those for a few days. So just get on, you know, not do it every night. But I think that's what I was doing last year, thinking I had to, you know, I mean, the psyllium husk or whatever, is that that would sort of probably be better done more fresh, would it? Or does it get really bulky?
No, that you can do in advance as well. So if you want to,
I think they'd stay up 3 days, wouldn't they? If you were to put a load in it. And then
what you need to do with the nuts is just refresh the water each day.
Yeah.
But the chia, you could pop in 3 little jam jars in the fridge in advance. All the cashews you could do in the same way. And the psyllium, if you put 3 teaspoons into a jar and soak, again, keep it in the fridge and just scoop out a blob of wallpaper paste each morning into your smoothie.
I think last year we had a green smoothie, which is the one in the middle. So this time, all the 3 being the same in the mornings is easier.
Yes.
Susie, do we know the liver detox smoothie yet? Have I missed that?
Yeah,
I sent that via email.
Oh, okay.
And the recipe's in the email.
Oh,
Has anyone received it?
Yes.
Because I sent out. Oh,
Mm.
right.
Right.
I'll if you don't get it, Shelley, please will you let me know?
Other than
Got the
that,
supplements one as well. That was the latest, wasn't it?
Sorry, Heidi.
The supplements one, was that the latest?
Yes.
I've got that one. I've got that one. Thanks. I must have
Supplements,
just missed the detox smoothie.
Yes, I sent a batch out. Was it Sunday? I think.
Oh right.
Quite a few.
Yeah.
All at once.
Okay.
Sunday afternoon, I think, Susie.
Sunday
it was.
afternoon. But
Yeah.
please, if you don't get them, please will you let me know and I'll resend. Yeah. So just to look at the ginger packs, because again, you've got a couple of choices with your liver packs. I would suggest either do them on waking and, with your castor oil and sort of come to the meetup with them on. Or if you like to sit down and put your feet up of an evening, and it is nice to do that. That's what we always do on the detox retreats, is pop the pack on mid-evening and sit there for an hour with feet in a warm Epsom salts foot bath for 20 minutes of that. Or and some lovely people like Jane even used to bring a face pack to pop on, which was a gorgeous idea. So if you have a favourite face pack, that's a lovely thing to do one of your evenings as well. And if not, you could do your castor oil pack in the evening and then jump into a 20-30 minute Epsom salts bath for a soak after you.
That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
I've got some lovely tropic stuff, so I might use that for the face pack because it's vegan and quite pure ingredients.
That sounds lovely.
I signed up to it in lockdown, and I've really had a chance to look into it, so I'll do that.
So they send you a monthly face pack?
No, I signed up. The Tropic is all like vegan, cruelty-free stuff. So I signed up to being like an advisor, and then you get this pack of stuff. And I've tried quite a bit of it. It's nice, actually. It's all really nice natural oils and things, and it's freshly made in the UK. So, yeah, so it's good. So I'll do that because I've kind of gone since I've gone back to work. It's all gone a bit out the window.
Sounds lovely. So ginger packs, again, so as not to overwhelm, it might be something that you'd like to have a play with on one of your vegan days rather than perhaps on the detox days. And so what you do is you get a 4 to 5 ounce sort of nodule of ginger and grate it, and if possible pop it in a little muslin or cloth bag, and you pop a litre of boiling water over the top, and I will send out a handout, so please don't worry about writing anything down.
Thank you.
You leave that simmering, bring it to the boil and then simmer it for about 15 minutes, and you end up with a ginger water. So your bits of root you pop to one side, and then you want either a spare cotton flannel from your packing, if you happen to buy a big piece and you've cut it in two, or if the piece that I've sent is spare and you want to use that because you don't need a new pack yet, but an old cotton or linen tea towel that you don't, that you can sort of reabsorb for use for naturopathy is fine as well. That'll be lovely and soft as well from all the washing. And you spread out the ginger pieces in the middle of the pack and go wrap, and soak the middle part of the pack into the hot water of the hot ginger water. Now then, you can use the dry bit and then wring out the soggy bit in the middle, and then you pop that onto your waistline, which is your mid back where your kidneys are. So where your back curves in is where your kidneys are. Morning, Benjamin. And so you leave that on with a nice big fat, probably bath sheet or bath towel wrapped round over the top, and keep yourself warm if you can. Now, after about 5 minutes, you're going to find that the ginger pack goes cool. So you dunk it back into the ginger water, which, if you can, is as warm as you can bear, and wring out, pop the pack on again, and just repeat that 3 or 4 times. Now, unfortunately, unless somebody is there to help you, which most of us probably won't have around at the time, the person who's doing it for you will be able to see when the flesh is becoming quite pink and warm, because that means that you've really warmed the external flesh and it's starting to soak through nicely to the kidneys. And what it does is it breaks down sort of acid wastes, fatty deposits, old mineral deposits and mucus that are stuck in that area, in the kidneys. And it just helps give the kidneys a nice warming. And the Chinese talk a lot about keeping the kidneys warm. These sort of belly tops that we might have worn in our youth, where our tummies were exposed and this kind of thing. And we just wandered around late at night, going to discos and things. This is a very long time ago. When
I was never that young.
and our kidneys would be, exposed to the cool air. Not good at all. And so the idea is that you keep your kidneys warm, because then your chi can flow nicely from your kidneys. And so the ginger pack is about dissolving old wastes and giving your kidneys a little bit of support. Now, there are really a couple of other good reasons for giving the kidneys some support, and they are mainly around, stress, fear, and anxiety, because those 3 things will hit the kidneys like a sledgehammer. And to just give your kidneys a little treat over the next 7 or 8 days, at some point would be such a lovely thing to do. Also, as a sort of reminder going forward, if ever you were to experience cystitis or kidney stones, or you haven't met a family member with them, a ginger pack is just such a fantastic thing to do. And along with some homeopathy, I don't know if I mentioned already, but a couple of weeks ago, and my niece had kidney stones, and we cleared them in 3 or 4 days with the ginger packs and some homeopathy. And so it's just such a lovely, useful tool to have in your toolkit, alongside everything else.
So how often should we do a ginger pack, Susie?
If you get to do them just once in this next 7 or 8 days, it would be a lovely little treat for your kidneys. But it's something that, if you were aware that you felt stressed, fearful, anxious, it's a lovely thing to do alongside the liver packing, once every couple of months, or it's a nice treat for your kidneys.
Right. And the liver packing, it was done each day of the juice days?
Each day of the juice days, yes. Yeah.
Is there a time? Sorry, I missed that bit. Is there a good liver time, or kidney time, sorry?
A good kidney, well, actually, a nice time to treat the kidneys is usually in GMT between 3 to 7 p.m. and in British summertime between 4 to 8 p.m. because that's bladder and then kidney time. Actually, the hour before and the hour after can be absolutely the best times to treat. So at the moment, between 3 and 4 and between 8 and 9.
So you'll send that on an
handout.
email, Susie.
Yes, that's right. And I think
I'd put it in the group, but I'm a bit busy because I've got to get out the door.
yes, okay. See you.
I'll see you in a bit. I've got to go and walk him up the hill. I'll listen to the rest later.
Okay.
Okay, bye,
Thanks,
Heidi.
Mum.
Bye. Have a lovely day.
Thank you, and you.
Bye, Heidi.
But it's another one of those things that I'm mentioning it today, but it is completely fluid. So if you do not feel like you have the space to do it, and if you want to focus on other things, like, you know, some creative space, some sitting with your feet up, reading a book, doing nothing, then, you know,
Sorry, liquid and the pack, is there any longevity to that, or could you put the water back in the fridge and then boil it back up, or do you have to make a new?
Oh, that's a really good question. Ideally you would make a fresh batch, but if you wanted to, instead of doing a Epsom salts foot bath, you could do a ginger foot bath. And again, it's warming. You warm all those little nerve endings and blood vessels in your feet. And again, our feet don't often get that kind of a treat. Yeah. So poor old feet, they only get secondhand ginger water.
So will that ginger pack, because it's on your kidneys, will also help the adrenal glands then?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, because they sit on top of the kidneys. Yeah. Oh, that would be good for me then.
Yes, it'd be lovely. And again, I do appreciate it is something that's much easier if someone else can pop it on your back, refresh it for you, which is what we have done on the retreats. But it's do you know, I think one of the things that really strikes me is that these three, particularly the 3 juice days, are about looking after yourself so exclusively. It's to a level that we never normally do.
That's why it's good when we're away from you, with you, Susie, because we're thoroughly spoiled as Jane.
Yes. Oh, I would much rather it was that way round.
Yeah. I can remember doing the dishwasher one time and you said, leave that alone, that's my job.
Yeah. Yeah, not allowed. Any questions about that? Or concerns about everything else, having heard everybody say what hard work this is?
But it pays off in the end, Susie. The results are brilliant. So as you say, look after you. If you want to look after your health and feel better, then it's worth it if you can do it. And well, you do the best you can for today. Yeah. You know, in your circumstances, you can't do more than that. Yeah. Oh, just a minute.
Okay. Well, in that case, yes, I'll let you get off and have breakfast or
Right.
And have a lovely day.
You too, Susie. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.